this AI agent platform may be turning the AI vibe coding, AI assisted coding space on its head. So it's called Anything, and Anything is a platform that I actually used many months back, but they just launched an agent feature that they say can ship mobile and web apps. And what's more is that it'll actually build it out with the database and storage included. And so I wanted to go ahead and try out this new version of Anything. Formerly, it was called Create.xyz. Now it's being called Anything, and it has this sort of standard prompt box, if you will, that you see in a lot of these other platforms. All right, so something that I'm exploring at the moment is building out a trading co-pilot. It's something that I didn't intend to do via an Anything. I would typically use a cursor and my existing workflow for that, but I thought it may be worth trying it out here and just seeing how it does, just to test it out and kind of go through an example with this platform. So it asks, what can I help you build today? So to describe your idea, I'm going to say I'd like to build a trading co-pilot that will let me upload let me upload images of the setups that I take so it can study them and assist with identifying future setups. It should also be able to analyze up-to-date news and events and participate in brainstorming on market opportunities. Then I'll just let it sting from there. And so, you can give it as much or as little of guidance as you choose to. And then it's using the thinking, reasoning mode. And it looks like it has an ability to debug, go faster. You can chat with the code. All right, so I'll help you build a comprehensive trading copilot. This will need AI capabilities for image analysis, news analysis, and brainstorming. Let me set up the necessary integrations first. Please select the integrations you'd like to use from the options above. I will say, okay, it looks like it's actually continuing. So let me start by creating the main dashboard and core functionality, trading setups, dashboard. Now let me create the main trading setups database. Now let me create the main dashboard. Just ask me to choose from here. However, it sounds like I may need access to all three. All right, let me just choose one of these options here. I'll start with GPT-4 Vision. So interesting. So I feel like, I don't know if it was creating the main dashboard and it stopped when I chose this, or if I was supposed to wait, but I guess we'll see. All right, so we're continuing forward. Setup analysis page, backend API, setup library page. And I say this is one of the areas that does set it apart. And this is without me having used it extensively, but the fact that it's doing the backend and if it is connecting directly to the database, then that would save people a lot of time for sure. Now let me see the database with some sample data. Now let me set up the dashboard to show real data from the database. So from the looks of it, it seems to be going through this very thoroughly. We're going to see if we get any errors at the end of it all, because you know what can happen when it's all done at once. All right, so you're perfect. So your trading copilot is now ready with GPT Vision integration. Here's what I built for you. My thing was interesting though, because it was asking whether I wanted to use GPT Vision or ChatGPT or Google Search. So did it also include those? Like, what is it using on the back end? Those are some of the questions I have. Setup analysis with GPT Vision, setup library, market brainstorm. The app is fully functional for image analysis, sample data to explore, and a professional trading focused design. You can now upload real trading setups and get real AI powered trading analysis. Let's see, okay, setup analysis, upload a trading setup to get started. Newsfeed, brainstorm. I'm trying to see how functional this is. Error fetching dashboard. Let's even try this. Let's try running this in the browser. This cannot be reached. The server isn't power button in the bottom right corner. Okay, let's try that. I do like that you are able to, like, they give you the terminal and you can adjust the code as well. I'm not able to move from, it's not functional in any way. Like, I can't move from the setup analysis page. I was just on that dashboard though, which is interesting to me. Let's try restarting it one more time. You know what? For sake of this tutorial, I'm just gonna go ahead and publish it just to see if it's actually functional. All right, so help us up here. Recent setup analysis, AI market insights. Okay, it's interesting. So once I click off of the dashboard, it doesn't let me view anything else. So let's state that. Once I click off of the dashboard, it onto the setup analysis tab, for example, it doesn't let me click onto any other. All right, so it says it's fixed. Clicking on the news feed, okay, that doesn't exist. What about the brainstorm? Okay, so that's like the chat area, which is kind of what I was envisioning. What are your thoughts on the current market setup? I'm seeing some interesting patterns going across multiple sectors. Setup library. Okay, interesting. Can you speak to the potential for rate cuts next month? Yeah, so I mean, based on what I'm seeing here, I mean, this is definitely more like early prototype type vibe. I imagine I can continue to make updates here. I can add in other integrations. The fact that it is connected to a database, so it says, would be very helpful. I would like to know how I can view that database. However, I'm not sure necessarily where that lives, where the database lives. It's not very clear to me. But it's definitely a step forward in regard to the create concept. Create.xyz is really great for building tools and kind of simple type of software, lead magnets and things that are like. They seem to be now going more in the direction of your lovables, and this reminds me quite of Hey Boss AI, in that Hey Boss, even the way the platform first appeared after it got finished, very similar to Hey Boss, in the way the designs are, and the fact that it's connected to a database as well. I think that these platforms that are kind of meant to be turnkey all in one can be a double-edged sword, because it can feel a little bit less flexible, and if you have a lot to actually go back and correct and update and debug still, despite the fact that it was supposed to be just turnkey like this, then it can pose some challenges. But if you're able to put in a prompt or a couple of prompts, and then it spits out on the other side the app with the database, and it's functional, and you can update it how you want, then that would be ideal. And I imagine that that's where the tech will likely get to with these type of platforms. But wanted to try this out. This is called Create Anything, the anything software app, if you will. And I will see you guys next time.